Sutton is making her suspicions known, and Kyle is asking her to
bring it on, babe.
We're getting up for a battle between these longtime friends. Let's talk about it on this week's recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The episode picks up with Kyle and Sutton with their bizarre conversation. Watching the scene over again, the only conclusion I can draw about Sutton's behavior is that she was a bit tipsy. But honestly, the whole name 'em throat down, love it. So funny. This will be the phrase that Sutton is associated with at BravoCons to come. We got to see Erika and her mother, Renee, who are very close in age. Erika is 52 and her mother is 70 and looks fantastic. They both do. There's a whole thing about where her mom's going to sleep, and Erika offers to sleep on a couch or a futon or in the bed with her mother. So is this only a one-bedroom place that Erika's in? I think this was just to highlight how much Erika's life has changed since she left Tom, and she isn't really living the extremely lavish lifestyle she had before. We also get a bit of insight from Erika's interaction with her mom that they didn't speak for almost a year after a heated conversation where Erika hung up on her. Renee was questioning her about Tom, and Erika didn't want to answer the questions. Apparently, this was when Erika was doing her Chicago show, and Tom was MIA at that period of time and never went to see her on Broadway. It felt like Erika didn't even want Tom mentioned. I think she's been under the microscope for a couple of seasons with the whole downfall of Tom and his shenanigans, and she just wants to move past it, which I am here for. We got a scene with Garcelle and her son, Jade. She says that her relationship with Jade is a little easier than her relationship with Jax because he doesn't challenge her as much. It was interesting to see their conversation compared to the conversation at the beach. Jax definitely seems a little bit more mature than Jade. They have a conversation about her movie screening, and she asks who Jade is inviting. Obviously, he says his girlfriend, but he also said he's not inviting Jax. I thought that was interesting. The twins aren't as close as you would think. I like these scenes that we're getting this season with Garcelle and her sons. They're much older now and able to express themselves well, and they really round out the person that Garcelle is on the show. Jade is 15 now, and it seems like he's accustomed to the Housewives' ways.
All the ladies are going to be there.
Which ones should I avoid? Which ones do we like?
So cute. We actually get a scene with Crystal and her family. I'm not sure why the editors aren't giving us more scenes like this for Crystal. They really paint her with friend of vibes and don't give her the full-time Housewives edit. We hear again about the end of Crystal's brother Jeff's failed engagement during COVID and how he's having a hard time dealing with it. Rob and Jeff are super close and recently traveled to China together. Rob starts to defend Jeff, who wanted to meet his ex-fiancée, Vivi, and Crystal was against it. Rob thinks that the issue Crystal has with Vivi is because she's in this imaginary competition with her over the primary relationship with her brother. They FaceTime Jeff, and he starts crying and cuts the conversation short, which makes Crystal feel guilty about how she's handling things. Rob basically speaks for Crystal because she seems a little too regretful and isn't able to express herself. Jeff is in his feels and doesn't want to be on FaceTime and kind of ends the call, but we can see that their relationship is a little bit strained. The next scene is with Sutton and Jennifer, Tilly, and her horse. Don't care. It's just an excuse for Sutton to bring up her suspicions about what's happening with Kyle. She noticed that Kyle is thinner, she's not drinking, she's exercising while they're on vacation. These are all things that are new for Kyle. Add that to the rumors in the tabloids. Jennifer Tilly points out that it could be a way for Kyle to regain control over things in her life she doesn't have control over. Probably true, but I'm still not interested. The ladies go to the premiere of Garcelle's new movie. We see that Sutton and Dorit are riding together, and Sutton is late because she has her professional photographer take pictures for her social media. Dorit is waiting in the car and seems annoyed that Sutton isn't ready yet, which I think is rich coming from Dorit, who would always be late for the exact same reason. There have been countless events where Dorit has been taking pictures of her perfectly curated outfit that she then posts on social media and shows up late to whatever she was doing with the group. I really liked Kyle's all tan, all camel look. It was very cute. Dorit is still dealing with her PTSD, and she is nervous because she gets a little triggered in crowds. She said she was under the impression Garcelle was having an intimate screening of her movie. Well, Dorit, you didn't have a problem being in a huge crowd for Magic Mike, so I'm curious what's the difference here. I kind of think that if you're aware you have PTSD and you know that you're still triggered by certain things like crowds, maybe it would be prudent to ask how many people are expected at the event. For Garcelle, maybe 100 people is an intimate screening. It's all relative. Jax goes up to Crystal and asks her to be his backup as he approaches Erika. This is the first time that he's seen her since she yelled at him at Kyle's party the year before. Such a strong young man to have the confidence to say, hey, I'm going up to this person, this adult who is rude to me, and say, hey, no hard feelings. But I do agree with Garcelle when she says that she wishes Erika had been the one to approach him. Regardless, the beef, imaginary or not, was squashed and everything is fine. I also appreciated that Erika apologized to him directly in person when she was given the opportunity. Denise shows up at the screening. Side note, did you notice she wasn't fully interacting with Crystal? Crystal kind of tried to hug her, and Denise really wasn't focused on her, but on Dorit. And then when Crystal complimented her, she said, you look good. I like this pink. But she wasn't really looking at Crystal or focusing on her when she said it. We don't get into much with Denise this episode, but it's a reintroduction of her back into the group so she can probably blow up at them later. Sutton and Kyle try to sort out their weird interaction they had at Sutton's house previously. Something was off about this interaction because Sutton feels triggered that Kyle is trying to say she's odd or she's off. You know, the same type of descriptions we had of Sutton during her first season when everyone thought she was a little strange. Sutton says that gets to her. Kyle seems to be wanting Sutton to go at her or maybe bring up issues about her marriage. It's like she's trying to poke Sutton to say something directly about rumors of issues she and Mauricio might be having. At least that's how it felt. Just producer Kyle producing the scene to play out the way she wants it to. Garcelle and Dorit hash it out. Garcelle says she didn't feel heard in the moment in Vegas when she was expressing her hesitation to trust the group with her children because last year when Erika went after her son, Dorit did not reprimand Erika in the moment. She states that she realizes that Erika was drunk, but she would have liked to see more from Dorit. She also points out to Dorit that she said, hey Garcelle, it's been a year, you should be over it. And Dorit didn't even realize she said that. I think her genuine reaction was like, no, why would I say that? But Garcelle repeated it to let her know that she did say it. I like that Dorit just apologized right away. Like, what could she say, really? She said she didn't believe she said it, but if she did, she takes it back. No need to drag it out. That's it. Beef squash. They're good. They hugged it out. In the previews for next week's episode, we get a glimpse of Morgan Wade. We also get another frank conversation with Garcelle and Jax where he talks about the breakdown of her marriage to his father. We finally get to see the new housewife, Anne-Marie. Let's see how she's introduced at what looks like it's going to be a dinner from hell with Denise. It seems like there's going to be a big confrontation that happens between Sutton and Kyle. And Camille's there too, and Cynthia Bailey from RHOA. All right. This episode was a little dead for me. I'm glad Garcelle got to showcase the movie that she starred in and produced, but I'm looking forward to next week. It should make up for what we saw this week. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. That's it for this week's episode. Be sure to like the video, share if you care, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch up next week. Bye.